Hari Om. 513 Jiva, one who remains as the limited ego Jiva, who in its sense of separateness comes to experience the endless joys and sorrows in the fields of life, one who functions as the experiencer of the field Kshetrajna. गीता क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत. 514 Vinayita Sakshi, the witness of modesty. He is the one consciousness that illumines the very sense of humility in his devotee's heart. It can also mean that as pure consciousness, he is one without a second, and therefore from his nature of universal oneness, he sees nothing other than himself everywhere. In this absolute nature, he does not see the world of finitude constituted of the ego and its deluded devilry. 515 Mukundaha. He gives complete liberation for all devotees who reach him in the true spirit of total surrender. 516 The Lord in the Vamana incarnation measured the three worlds by his means endless, and therefore 519 Mahodadishayaha. According to the description of Vishnu Puran, Lord Narayan reclines upon the Kuntha. It can also be considered Poojya, who has conquered enemies both within and without. Within it एतस्यैव नन्दस्य अन्यानि भूतानि मात्रामुपजीवन्ति. बृहदारण्यक one who is freed from all limited worldly pleasures. Worldly pleasures come through contact. Bhuma tadamrutam. In short, he is the embodiment of yoga, Yogeshwara, of the Supreme Self, for the Upanishad says this alone is the supreme dharma, which is to experience the self through yoga. Yogenatma darshanam. 530 3 steps. One who has in 3 steps conquered the 3 worlds. The spiritual seeker has only to take 3 steps to reach the center of the self in himself. Once he has experiences in the waking, dream and deep sleep conditions, he has reached the infinite consciousness, the Atman. The very term 3 in Sanskrit means the 3 worlds. The greatest men of reflection have declared the 3 worlds of experiences loka by the simple term 3, says Harivamsha. त्रिरित्येव त्रयो लोका कीर्तिता मुनिसत्तमैः. हरिवंश 3.88.51. Stanza 57 महर्षिः कपिलाचार्यः कृतज्ञो मेदिनीपतिः. त्रिपदस्त्रिदशाध्यक्षो महाशृङ्गः कृतान्तकृत्. 531 महर्षिः कपिलाचार्यः, one who has manifested as the teacher Kapila, the great sage Rishi. The sage is one who has mastered a portion of the Veda and one who has philosophy. The glory of Kapilacharya is endorsed by Lord Krishna himself in the Gita when he declares of the perfected ones, I am sage Kapila. 530 Siddhanam Kapilo Munihi. 532 Kritadnyaha, the created and the knower of the creation. Kritam means the universe that has been created. Jna means the knower of all the objects. The Supreme Self is the material cause for the knower. Ego, Jna, and the effects constitute the world of things and beings. Kritam, he who is the very substratum for both cause and effect is the Absolute Self, the Lord. He is unconditioned by the outer matter, vestures such as body, etc. And thus Lord Sri Narayan is the absolute reality. Nowadays, this word Kritadnya being, and hence this usage is today very popular in our vernacular. 533 Medini Patihi, the Lord of the earth, Sri Narayan, the perceiver Vishnu, as the husband of the inert matter earth, is a concept at once immensely beautiful and deep, philosophic and poetic. 534 Tripadaha, the one who has taken the 3 steps. This indicates the Vamana incarnation and how he measured in just 3 steps the entire universe, the Jiva, the limited ego, meaning the seeker, has also to take 3 steps forward to reach across the delusion of the 3 worlds of sleep, dream, and waking. The meditation can measure these 3 worlds in 3 steps and arrive at his own original. The meditator can measure these 3 worlds in 3 steps and arrive at his own original real nature in his inner mystic experience. 535 Tridashadaksha, the Lord of the 3 steps. The 3 steps are waking, dream, and deep sleep. One who is the witness of the 3 steps is the Self. It can also mean that one who assumes in his plane the 3 qualities wherein all created vasanas kruta gets destroyed, that the long term as may be known with who has the charming army, Sushena, who has the charming army. The army of Vishnu is called as his Ganas. They are mainly constituted of the great sages and hence their compelling enchantment. 541 Kanakangadi, the bright as gold armlets. Armlets are ornaments worn on the upper arm, covering the shoulder and the top portion of the arm. 542 Guhyah, the mysterious, the profound. Due to the profound nature of the truth, even in the Upanishads, the essential theme is mysteriously secretive. Therefore, the entire Upanishadic literature is called as the secret literature. Vishnu is to be realized in the secret chambers of the heart. So he is called as the supreme secret Guhyah. 543 Gaviraha, the unfathomable. Even the Upanishads declare that he is unknown. The limited human intellect cannot apprehend the visualize or plumb the depth of or unravel the mystery of his wisdom, power, strength, or purity. 544 Gahanaha. He is impenetrable, imponderable. We cannot dash into the domain of his nature divine. Through surrender alone can we reach the realm of the self. 545 Guptaha, the well concealed. He is not easily revealed by words, nor can the sense organs ever recognize him. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेन के अमृतत्वमानशुः. Not by work, not by birth, nor by wealth, but by renunciation alone is immortality attained. Kaivalya Upanishad 1:3. All the Upanishads repeatedly declare that the self, being the very subject, the instruments of the body, mind, and intellect, can never apprehend him. He can only be apprehended by a steady mind that has been purified by continuous meditation. Being the hidden nature of all beings, he is not manifested. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Whence all the speech turns back with the mind without reaching it. Taittiriya Upanishad, Chapter 2, Brahmanandavalli, 4th mantra. 546 Chakra Gadadhara, one who is the bearer of the discus and the mace. His chakra is called Sudarshana. His gada is called Kaumodaki. The ancient acharyas have declared that the discus represents the mind and the mace represents the intellect. Jnana Prasahe. मनस्तत्वात्मकं चक्रं बुद्धितत्वात्मिकां गदां धारयन् लोकरक्षार्थं मुक्तश्चक्रगदाधरः. Holding the discus, the principle of mind, and the mace, the principle of intellect, to protect the universe, he is called Chakragadadharaha. ज्ञानप्रसादेन विशुद्धसत्त्वस्ततस्तु तं पश्यते निष्कलं ध्यायमानः. When the understanding becomes calm and refined, then in meditation one realizes him, the Absolute. Mundaka Upanishad, Chapter 3, 1:8. एष सर्वेषु भूतेषु गूढात्मा न प्रकाशते. This Atman is hidden in all beings and does not shine forth. Kathopanishad, Chapter 1, 3:12. Stanza 59. Vedhas svangojitak krishno dridhas sankarshanochutah varuno varuno vrukshah pushkaraksho mahamanaha. 547. Vedhaha, one who is the creator of the whole universe, the Supreme who is expressing himself for the apparent function of creating the world of plurality, the infinite truth functioning through the total mind is the creator Hiranyagarbha. According to Amarkosha, creator is called as Srashta, Prajapati or Vedha. 548. Swangah. It is commented upon by some as one who is beautiful, who has well proportioned limbs. This meaning emphasizes the glory and beauty of the form of the enchanting Vishnu. The same term can also be interpreted as self-instrumental for the projection of the pluralistic phenomenal world. He has no instrument other than himself. The Lord not only creates everything from himself, but he himself is the instrumental cause for the world. We have already indicated earlier that in the making of anything, three causes must come into play: the material cause, mud; the instrumental cause, the potmaker's wheel; and the efficient cause, the intelligent potmaker. In the case of the creation of the universe, all these three causes are intrinsically the Lord alone. Thus, he is the material from which he creates the world by himself. This idea is expressed here when the compelling beauty of the Lord's form is being indicated by the precious term self-instrumental. 549. Ajitaha, one who is vanquished by none, unconquered and therefore the unconquerable. In any of his incarnations, we never meet him as vanquished in any of his confrontations with mighty evil. 550. Krishna, one who incarnated as in the Yadava tribe as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. It is commented upon as one who served the Hindu spiritual world in the form of Krishna Dvaipayan, which is the full name of Vyasa, the author of the Puranas. However, Krishna also means the dark, the one great infinite consciousness that plays in us constantly, because of which we are aware of the experiences, and yet never can we directly apprehend this source of all life within ourselves. The Krishna is the unknown factor that expresses through us, whose manifestations are all our physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. He is therefore called as the unknown, the dark Krishna. 551. Drudhaha, the firm, one who is firm in his convictions, judgments, love, and mercy. It is in this sense that the Bhakti Marga describes the Lord often as Adrudha, especially when a sinner prostrates before him, meaning that in full repentance, were a criminal to surrender himself to the Lord's feet. The infinite justice even wavers and becomes anxious to help the sinner out of his mistaken notions and his consequent ugly actions. The Lord is ever vigilant to re-establish such a one, in his own wisdom, which is his real nature. 552. Sankarshanochyutaha. During the great dissolution of the entire universe of names and forms, he, being the one who merges the entire plurality into his own essence, he is called Sankarshana. When an individual sleeps, his entire world of experiences get absorbed into himself, and they all remain in seed condition in the causal body as mere vasanas. One who never falls away from his own essential nature is called Achyutaha. One who knows no fall, Achyutihi. The one expression used here for the Lord is the combination of both these terms. The Lord Narayan, who absorbs the whole world into himself at the time of the deluge, and he who never falls away from his own real nature. 553 Varunaha. Since in the evening the sun reaches the western horizon, Varunadik, the sun is called Varunaha. Also, after his days functioning in the world, in the dusk he gathers his scorching rays into himself and disappears. Like the setting sun, the Lord withdraws all the pluralistic world unto himself. The eternal reality functioning through the sun as the sun's energy and light is described in the Upanishads as the golden one, and hence the appropriateness of using this term Varunaha for Narayan. The designation Surya Narayan is very familiar to the students of Puran. Yadyad vibhuti mat sattvam shri madhurjitam eva. Okay. 554 Varunaha. The son of Varunaha is called Varunaha. Both Vasishtha and Agastya are traditionally considered as son of Varunaha. Therefore, the term indicates the Lord who manifested himself as Vasishtha or Agastya. Wherever there is an explosive expression of any spectacular glory, of stupendous achievement, understand them all as coming out of my glory, says Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Yadyad vibhuti mat sattvam shri madhurjitape mevava tatta devavagachatvam mama tejansa sambhavam. Whatever that is glorious, prosperous or powerful in any being, that know you to be a manifestation of a part of my splendor. Gita 10:41. The term can also be read in some manuscripts as Avarunaha, meaning, according to some commentators, one whose nature is never subject to veiling. 555 Rukshaha. In the Upanishads, the world emerging out of the Supreme Brahman is described metaphorically as a tree. In the Kathopanishad and in the Gita, we read of the Samsara Vriksha, the tree of life, exhaustively described. In the Puranas, again, we find in more than 3 or 4 places exhaustive descriptions of the world manifested from the Lord as a tree. Urdhvamulamadash-shakhamashvattham rahuravayam. They, wise people, speak of the indestructible people tree, Ficus religiosa, having its root above and branches below. Gita 15:1. Urdhvamulo vakshaka esho shvattha sanatana. This is the ancient Ashwatha tree whose roots are above and branches spread below. Katha Upanishad, chapter 2, 6, 1. (556) Pushkaraksha, one who has eyes, Aksha, as beautiful as the lotus flowers, Pushkara. The descriptive epithet, lotus-eyed. The Sanskrit term Pushkara also means the universal space. Thus, it also has the interpretation, one who is ever pervading all space. 557 Mahamanaha, one who has a great mind. Narayana is the Lord, Ishvara, in the supreme consciousness functioning through the total mind. And he, with his mind, creates, sustains, and destroys, fulfilling the great game of samsara continuously. Stanza 60. Bhagavan Bhagahanandi Vanamali Halayudha Adityo Jyotiraditya Sahishnurgati Sattamaha. 558. Bhagavan. The word Bhaga, according to the great Vishnu Purana, means Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Dharmasya Yashasashriya Jnana Vairagyayoshchaiva Shannam Bhagaiti Ranam. Vishnu Purana 6.5 174. One who means one who has all the 6 great glories: wealth, power, dharma, fame, character, knowledge, and dispassion, is called Bhagavan. Again, Vishnu Puran says, Utpattim pralayam chaiva bhutanama gatim gatim. Bhutanam gatim gatim. Vetti vidyam vidyancha savaccho bhagavaniti. Bhutanam gatim gatim. Vetti vidyam vidyancha savaccho bhagavaniti. Vishnu Puran 6.78. Means he is named Bhagavan, who knows. A. The beginning and the end. B. The arrival and the departure of beings. And C. And also C. Vidya and Avidya. One who has all these 6 glories in himself alone is Bhagavan, and these great mighty powers automatically come to him because his equipment is the total mind. 559 Bhagaha. One who destroys during the deluge the six glories just mentioned. At this time, the Lord absorbs everything unto himself, and in this sense, the term destroyer of all these great glories, Bhagaha, means only a destruction, as in the case, say, of Napoleon, who, while sleeping, absorbed unto himself all his glories. When thus the total mind rests from its self willed projections, the world of plurality appears to have been absorbed by the Lord and unto himself. 560 Anandi, the one who gives delight. The Lord is himself absolute bliss, and those devotees who move towards him in pure surrender come to share his divine nature of all bliss. There is a version wherein we read this term as Nandi. Here too there is no difference in meaning. Also, this term indicates son of Nanda Gopal, Lord Krishna, who was nurtured and tended by Yashoda and Nanda Gopal throughout his childhood. 561 Vanamali, one who wears always a garland of leaves and flowers named Vaijayanti. Vaishnavas declared that this to represent the subtle aspect of the very five elements themselves, Bhuta Tanmatras. 562 Halayudha, one who has the plough as his weapon. He is the brother of Lord Krishna, Balabhadra, who is considered as the eighth incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Even today in our country, the farmers repeat Balaram's name while plowing for a successful cultivation and profitable harvest. 563 Aditya, one who was born as the son of Aditi, and Kashyapa as Vamana, who begged of Emperor Bali 3 steps of ground and got all the 3 worlds. 564 Jyotiraditya, the Supreme who is the resplendence in the sun, the Atman expressing as the glorious light and energy in the sun, is meditated upon as Lord Vishnu. ध्येयः सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्ती नारायणः सरसिजासनसन्निविष्टः केयूरवान् मकरकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारी हिरण्मयवपुर्धृतशङ्खचक्रः. One must meditate upon Vishnu, who is adorned fully, holding in his hands the conch and the discus, sitting in Padmasan, enveloped in golden hue, in the center of the orb of the sun. The deity residing in the disk of the sun is Narayan himself. Ath, from Vishnu. Ityah, to be obtained. From Vishnu, salvation is to be obtained, and so he is called as Aditya. This interpretation gives us an insight into the meaning of the word sun, in Sanskrit Aditya, one from whom all creatures have to receive. The great grand giver is the sun. 565 Sahishnu, one who calmly endures the pairs of opposites. one who is above them and thus is never influenced by these experiences of the physical and mental realms. 566 Gati Sattamaha, the ultimate refuge for all devotees, the best, highest destination, and at once the noblest path. Lord Narayan represents the Supreme Brahman, the final state of liberation and the path to reach. It is also worship of and meditation upon Lord Narayan. Gati means both the goal and the path. In short, one who is himself the very essence of spiritual liberation. Stanza 61. सुधन्वा खंड परशोर दारुणो द्रविण प्रद दिवस्पृक् सर्वदृग्व्यासो वाचस्पतिरयोनिजः. 567 Sudhanva, one who has his glorious bow called Sharanga. According to some, it represents the sense organs and their activities. 568 Khanda Parashu, one who has the axe weapon called Parashu. The Lord used this weapon in his incarnation as Parashurama, the son of Jamadagni. It is endowed with terrible prowess in cutting down the unholy enemies of the nobler life, and so it is called as the Khanda Parashu. As such, it means one who wields the invincible Parashu. 569 Darunaha, the one who is merciless towards the unrighteous. Up to a point, the Lord is all mercy, but when he finds that no other method can save the individual, like a surgeon at the operation theatre, he appears to be relentless, merciless. 570 Dravina Pradaha, one who lavishly gives wealth asked for by his devotees. According to Vyasa, Lord Vishnu gives to his true devotees the wealth of the Shastra knowledge, the deeper and clearer understanding of the science of reality. 571 Divaspruk, the sky reaching, the Lord who revealed his universal form to Arjun in the Bhagavad Gita. 572 Sarvadruk Vyasa, when considered as one word, it means one who creates many omniscient men of wisdom, one who encourages the spread of knowledge and thus turns out many men of wisdom and clearer understanding of life and the world. Or taken as two words, its interpretation can mean one who is omniscient and Vyasa. This would mean the Lord who has expressed himself as Sri Vyasa. Vyasa is the poet philosopher who codified, compiled, and edited the Vedas and published them in 4 volumes. Rigveda with its 21 branches, Yajurveda with its 101 branches, Samaveda with its 1000 branches, and the Atharvana Veda with its 9 branches or shakhas. He is the one who gave us the 18 Puranas and the Brahma Sutras, hence he is called the omniscient Vyasa. 573 Vachaspatira Yonijaha, one who is the master of all knowledge, Vidyas, and who is unborn through a mother's womb. Stanza 62 Trisama Samagas Sama Nirvanam Veshajam Vishak Sannyasakrit shamashanto nishtha shantif parayanam. 572 Trisama. One who has been glorified by the three samas. Sama means divine songs, hence Veda. The one who has been praised by the singers of the Samaveda, those called as the Devas, the Vratas and the Samans. 575 Samagaha. The singer of the Saman songs, one who performs the actions prescribed in the Samaveda and who invokes the Lord is called in Vedic terminology the Udgata. 576 Sama. The Lord is the Sama Veda. This is to indicate the sacredness of the very book Lord Krishna has confessed in the Gita. Of Vedas, I am the Sama Veda. 577 Nirvanam. The Lord is of the very nature of ever liberated, ever free. There is no trace of imperfection and sorrow in him, whose nature is all bliss. 578 Bheshajam. Bheshajam means medicine. Hence, he who is the very specific cure for the disease of samsara, change or becoming. 579 Bhishak. One who is the physician, who is the cure for the disease of samsara, or it can also mean that the Lord manifested during the churning of the Milky Ocean as the deity of medicine, holding the pot of Amrita in his hand. The Lord Dhanvantari. In Indian systems of medicines, he is considered as the presiding deity of the medical sciences. Vishnu manifested as this Lord of Doctors, whereupon this name for him, Dr. Bhishak. 580 Sannyasakrit. Lord is the institutor of the fourth stage of life, ashrama called sannyasa, which is meant for those who walk the path of total renunciation. The one who, in his finite grace, gives the needed qualifications unavoidable for sannyasa. 581 Shamaha, the calm, one who exists without the mind running out into the passions of the sense organs. Vedanam Samavedvasmi, Gita 10:22. In sannyasa, he teaches the life of calmness and quietude, and in the accumulated inner peace, the final experience is gained. The Smriti Yatinam Prashamo Dharmo Niyamo Vanavasinam Danamev Grihasthanam Shushrosha Brahmacharinam. Smriti. Prescribes the duties of the four stages as the duty of the brahmachari is service, for the householder charity, for the forest dweller is the duty of restraint, and man of sannyas in calmness. Sannyas without shama is inconceivable, and this calmness is his nature. 582 Shantah, one who is quiet within, as in him the sense organs are perfectly controlled. The Upanishads glorify the supreme state as actionless Nishkriyam, partless Nishkalam, peaceful Shantam. This is a declaration from Shvetashvatar Upanishad. Nishkalam Nishkriyam Shantam Niravadyam Niranjanam. Shvetashvatar Upanishad 6:19. 583 Nishtha, the abode of all beings, not only while living, but during the Pralaya deluge, during this cosmic dissolution. The entire living creatures merge back into their vasanas, seed form, and remain to him. Therefore, he is called the abode of the universe. 584 Shanti, one whose very nature is peace. Agitations are caused by desires and consequent temptations to strive for, acquire, and indulge in them. In the All Full there is no desire, hence he need not seek his fulfillment among the perishable objects of the universe, and so he is peace. 585 Parayanam. The supreme goal is Narayana. After reaching him, there is no return. Yad gatva n nivartante tadhama paramam mama. To which having gone, they return not. That is my supreme abode. Gita 15:6. In short, the term indicates that Narayan is the way to the supreme liberation, moksha. Stanza 63. Shubhanga Shantidas Srashta Kumudak Kuvaleshayah Gohito Gopatir Gopta Vrishabhaksho Vrishapriya. 586 Shubhanga, one who has the most beautiful form, that one who is enchanting, most handsome. 587 Shantidah, Narayana dispenses that peace which puts an end to likes and dislikes. Raga Dvesha, he is the one who cleanses the mind of his devotees and gives to each the inner peace and joy. 588 Srashta, the creator of all beings. In the beginning, he has created all from himself as the great five elements. Viranchi. 589 Kumudaha, the reveler in the earth. The term Ku means earth. Therefore, the term means he who delights in the earth. 590 Kuvaleshayah, he who reclines in the waters. Kuvala, waters surround the earth, thus it is called as Kuvala. The term can also mean the crawler, meaning serpent. In this sense, it indicates Sarpa Shahi, one who reclines upon the great Shesha, the divine Sesha Shahi. 591 Go Hitah, one who does the cow welfare work. Always Shri Krishna, through many incidents, helps to develop and conserve the sacred animal cow. For the very existence of Bharata's dispensation depends upon the cow, the agriculture being essentially cow-centered. Tasman Matcharanam Goshtham Mannatam Mat Parigraham Gopaya Swatmayogena Soyam Me Vratamahitaha. As their sole protection, it is my vow to regard the abode of cattle taken refuge in me through my power of yoga. Bhagavatam. Go also means earth, thus, one who saved the world from the materialists and their designs excesses, desires of excesses and imperfect vision. One who protects against the irresponsible havoc, for example, of Ravan and others, all inimical to the genius of the natural Bharatiya Sanskriti. 592. Gopatihi, the husband of the earth, or one who is the Lord, protecting all those who are weary of their sansaric life of passions and desires. Such ones, exhausted by grazing in the pastures of dissipation and enervated from the world of happenings, are comparable to cows. Hence, Narayan is called here as the Lord of the cows. Gopal. Go also means Go also may be interpreted as sense organ. In this way, the term suggests Lord of the sense organs, Sri Narayan the Self. 593. Gopta. The root Gup has two meanings: to protect, to veil. Thus, Gopta can imply one who protects the universe, or one who by his Maya veils the glory of the divine self within. 594. Vrishabhaksha, one whose eyes reign fulfillment of all desires of his devotees. He sees the unexpressed desires of his devotees and fulfills them easily. Or it can be taken that Sri Narayan is one whose eyes are dharma itself, meaning one who sees righteousness clearly and continuously. If one wants to see clearly righteousness, he must cultivate and develop the Narayana vision. 595. Vrishapriya. Vishnu delights it dharma. Vrusha means dharma, so the term can be dissolved as one who delights in dharma. Vrushav priyo yasya saha Vrushapriya. Or it can signify one who is beloved of the virtuous, the good. Stanza 64. Anivarti nivrittatma sankshepta kshemakrit shiva Shrivats Shrivasa Shripati Shrimatamvara. 596. Anivarti, one who never knows retreat during the clashes between the good devas and the bad asuras. Narayan never retreats. He is one who never turns back from dharma, for he is its friend and protector. 597. Nivrittatma, one who is fully restrained from all sense indulgences, so long as the equipments of our experiences, the body, mind, intellect, are roaming about in their pleasures among objects, emotions, and thoughts. Our attention is dissipated and is not available for the contemplation of the higher, the self. Shri Ram, Hari Om.